I'm here with Dan Adelman with Mages of Mystralia. This is the third game that you have brought yourself to represent. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm in Axiom Verge, Chasm, and now Mages of Mystralia.
And you are a very selective man. I've talked to other people who have said, oh, I pitched my game to Dan Adelman, and he was like, let me give you some feedback and then take your game somewhere else because good luck, kid. You can do it, but not here, not now, not with me. You've been very picky about which games you've chosen to work with.
Yeah, I've been trying not to spread myself too thin. I really want to make sure, like, whichever games I really work with, that I do it right. That I don't want to just be like, I'm working on 15 different games and, like, I give each one, like, 5 minutes of my time. I really want to be, like, kind of part of the team. I don't want to feel like I'm a mercenary who's just, like, you know, lending a hand here and there. I want everyone to feel like I am on their team. So and a lot of the games that approach me are perfectly good games or really good games. Some of them just maybe are not my thing. So like Axiom Verge, totally my thing. Chasm, totally my thing. And now Mages of Mystralia, totally my thing.
And tell us, why is Mages of Mystralia totally your thing?
So probably the thing that really drew me to it, and I'll tell you the whole thing about like what the game is, but the core mechanic is you play as a mage who can design her own spells. So there's an incredible amount of depth in terms of the spell creation mechanic, where the more fluent you are in the system, the more crazy spells you can create, up to millions of combinations.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Is that procedurally generated, or did they have to hand make each one of those 1,000 spells?
Yeah, so the way it works is that you start off with 4 categories of spells, 4 types of spells, and then 4 elements. So like 4x4, so 16 starting points. And then you get these runes, which act as modifiers. And so like there's a movement one and a boomerang move and things like that. So as you attach them, they modify the spell. So the system has to be smart enough to calculate, like if you're creating a fireball and it's the way you've created it is it's supposed to curve to the left and all of, you know, and explode on impact. The system is smart enough to calculate all that on the fly, because there's no way we could program each of the 2 million combinations and like predict everything. So we really just want it to be smart enough to be able to figure it out. And people have already, just in PAX alone, have been coming up with spell combinations we didn't expect them to.
Oh, cool. So you get to play test it on the fly.
Exactly, yeah. So some of the ways have broken the game, so we're like, oh, okay, note to self, let's not let people do that, or let's accommodate that more, you know. So we're going to do a lot of play testing to make sure that all these edge cases, when people come up with crazy spells, that the game can handle it.
Yeah, one of your old friends, Edmund McMillan, he's doing that right now with Binding of Isaac Rebirth Plus or Cross. I'm not sure how to pronounce it yet. Yeah, a little bit of both. Making these games that the game makes itself. It's almost like the game is a collaborator that you sometimes have to rein in.
There's a game, and then there's some story to tie it all together. It's actually going to be the story is going to be as compelling as the gameplay. So I think it's going to be a really amazing experience.
That's exciting. When do you think it'll be done?
We think we brought another year. This is actually the first time we've shown it publicly. We just announced it like 3 weeks ago. We're about a year into development. Probably got at least another year to go. So all we're saying officially is 2017, but hopefully this time next year, PAX East will be talking specific release dates.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you've got Axiom Verge coming to every console, I think. Yeah. Other than 3DS, which love the 3DS, very hard to code for that sucker. Maybe the next handheld. Do you imagine your other games hitting consoles as well? Maybe could happen?
Yeah, well, so for Chasm is done in mono game. So Xbox One recently announced that they're supporting mono game. Vita, of course, the way Axiom Verge came to Vita was that Sickhead Games ported the mono game framework to Vita, so that should make it possible technically. We'll have to do a lot of due diligence, but Vita and Xbox One are totally possibilities for Chasm. And Mages of Mystralia was done in Unity, and Unity is supported by all the consoles. So Probably at launch we'll do PC and at least one console. And then, then it's just a question of resources. Like, can we ship, we'd like to ship everywhere we can.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Giving that love to the Vita. Poor Vita. People don't treat it like they should. But if you put a game on there now, you'll be like the only game that came out that month, 6 months.
No, actually, it's interesting you say that because, that was the case for a long time. And then when we launched Axiom Verge, the next week, actually next Tuesday, Severed is coming out, and that's by Drinkbox, and that's an amazing game. And all of a sudden, there's 4 weeks in a row with really great games on Vita. So everyone's dusting off their Vitas now and trying to pick all the cobwebs off of it. And,
that's awesome. So to be a part of that momentum and to keep it going forward.
Yeah, for sure.
That's Mr. Momentum, Mr. Dan Adelman Momentum. You're doing it from none game to 1 game to 3 game. Great job. I love him.